super welter. Making his way to the ring, Carlos Brown Sugar Meraz.
Excuse me while I wipe these tears from my eyes from that beautiful song by the 13-year-old Alexis Capella.
Yeah, she had an incredible voice.
She nailed those notes, didn't she?
Perfect.
You always cringe a little bit when they get to the hard part because you don't know if they're going to nail it or not. She nailed it.
No
Beautiful.
problem. Made it seem like she's a pro. No problem.
Welcome to the cage now. Carlos Meraz, 152 pounds. This will be 4 3-minute rounds. Back to boxing. This is the last boxing match of the evening. After this, we'll have 3 more mixed martial arts fights headlined by the flyweight championship between Steve Swanson and Kana Hyatt. This is a fight we're looking forward to. You were talking about Kana, the heavy underdog, being a real true test for Steve Swanson, the younger brother of UFC veteran Doug Swanson.
Yeah, I think Kana Hyatt is grossly underestimated here. He could be. His record doesn't really show his true potential. He's one of my primary sparring partners for about a year. He's a great boxer. He's got great footwork. He hits really hard. He understands angles, and he's got a really good heart of a lion. You know, so it's going to be real interesting. It's going to really push Steve Swanson.
Antonio Tony Moya.
Antonio Moya, the local boy, fighting out of Pomona. Lost spot in 2010. It seems like he came out of retirement so he can get his home crowd fights, being a resident of Pomona. How big of a difference is it fighting in your hometown versus fighting somewhere else? Is home field advantage that big?
It could be, depending on your following, depending on how you handle it mentally. It could be your best friend or your worst friend.
Caballeros, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presentando la esquina azul, with an official weight of 150 pounds even. Su peso oficial, 150 libras. Representing the Meadowbrook Boxing Academy, fighting out of San Bernardino, California, making his professional boxing debut, Carlos Brown Sugar Meraz. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, presentando la esquina roja, with an official weight of 151.5 pounds. Su peso oficial, 151 libras y medio. With a professional record of 0 wins, 1 loss. Su récord profesional, 0 victorias, 1 derrota. Representing Fist of Gold Boxing, fighting out of Pomona, California, Antonio Tony Moya.
thought boxers had way more fashion sense than MMA fighters. I mean, you see like glistening stuff, flags, different colors, and they put their name on there, which makes it so much easier for fans to know. These two guys don't, but normally the case.
Well, you can't fit that much writing with you when you're wearing Brazilian Speedos, my friend.
That's true. And you don't want to clash with the bright pink that you were most so famous for.
That's right.
Antonio Moya in the black and gold, Carlos Meraz in the black and red.
Ooh. A lot of southpaws on this card, huh? A lot of lefties.
Moya, the right-handed fighter. Meraz, the left-handed. This bout is scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds.
Ooh, good body shot.
Meraz going body head very well early on. So maybe a quick clash of the heads. No blood. Fight will continue.
No harm, no foul. Meraz opening up. He's dropping that front hand, but he's keeping that left hand up high by his chin. Good combination. Moya, the taller fighter, should really be utilizing his jab, keeping Meraz at the end of his punches.
And Meraz so far having no problem getting inside.
Moya's not throwing any punches. He's feinting, but he's standing right in front of him. He's keeping his hands up, maybe kind of trying to time him a little bit. But Meraz is definitely the more active of the two fighters. But he's winging him. Meraz is. We'll see if he can maintain this kind of a pace the whole fight.
Meraz, the aggressor early on, lunging in with combinations. Really like how he's working the body and head in unison.
Oh yeah, just kind of standing there. He's throwing. Oh!
That's a right hook. Moya. That's a push down. That is a lucky push down. For Moya, he was wobbled.
It looked like it was a right hook. I caught him right in the temple. Might be wrong about that, but I believe it was the right hook.
Capitalize.
It looked like the right hook. It happened pretty quick. Oof, little body shot on the way out by Moya.
Wild hook misses from Meraz.
Moya's just not throwing any punches here. Refresh my memory. How many fights has Moya had?
Again, a right hook. That was 2 right hooks thrown by Meraz. First one hooked him, second one drops him.
It was a flash knockdown, but he's not feeling too good.
Moya gets a standing 8
He's okay. He's okay. Meraz is gonna. I was just about to say he's gonna survive.
Saved by the bell.
Survive that round.
It was that right hook of Moya that found its mark 3 times.
Yep, it was the right hook.
The first one nearly dropped him, but Moya got away with it being a push down. Second one clipped him. Third one dropped him.
It was the right hook right there. Bam! Right hook dropped him. That was it. I think that's the second one right there.
He caught Moya coming in, dropping his hand when throwing a right. And Meraz just came right over the top and clipped him. And then again, when Moya was loading up to throw his left, Moya was just too fast. Meraz was just too fast.
Meraz is loading up his punches a little bit, but it's working for him right now. Moya got clobbered.
Second round here at Pandemonium 8.
He looks like he's okay. Moya looks okay.
Meraz goes back to that right hook from a southpaw stance.
Moya looks a little bit concerned. He's not really opening up and throwing punches. He's kind of waiting for Meraz to come at him. Ooh, good body shot right there. Right to Moya's left side. Oof, that right hook
hand just so busy.
I was going to say, it's deadly right there. That right hand, that's going to be the knockout shot possibly from Meraz. He's already hurt him twice with it. throwing the combination, 1, 2, 3. Jab, cross, hook. The hook is what's been landing for him.
See if Moya can keep his left hand up and protect against the right hook of Meraz.
Moya's just not throwing any punches. He's throwing one punch at a time. He's got to get in there. He's got to throw multiple strikes. There he goes, using that height. He's not using his height at all.
Moya throws, whether it's a right straight or a left jab, he drops his left hand. It doesn't come back to his
Oh, there it is again.
Even with his hand still up, Meraz can still land with that right hook.
Moya seems to be having a hard time adjusting to the southpaw. Meraz, the right hook is killing him right now. Meraz is looking good. He's moving. He's dropping his hands. He's keeping his hands a little bit lower than what I would like. But he's moving. He's moving his hands.
He's getting away with it because Moya's not throwing anything.
Yeah, you're not going to get hit if the guy's not throwing punches at you. So he's okay right now. But just for future reference, he should keep his hands up just a little bit higher. Meraz lunging in. Moya's just not throwing any punches here.
Very apprehensive. That knockdown really shook him.
He's walking forward, but he's not throwing anything. Uh-oh, there he goes. Clean jab. It's probably Moya's best punch of the fight.
Moya's starting to feel comfortable now.
He's just got to get in there. He's got to start throwing. He's not going to... Hard to win a fight when you're not throwing punches. Starting to keep his left hand up a little bit higher. Moya is. Meraz is having a hard time finding a home for the right hand now. Very apprehensive in this fight. Antonio Moya's got to start opening up. He's got to start throwing some punches.
And Meraz is wide open for counters as well, like you were saying, his hand's so low.
That seems to be what Moya wants. He wants it in the phone booth. Inside, he feels very apprehensive. Out from distance, fighting from distance. And it's crazy because he's so tall, he should be fighting from distance.
Much more competitive round here in the second. Carlos Meraz still looking for that right hook. Moya gaining steam later on, stalking Meraz down, landing that 1-2, and like you said, Meraz is open for strikes, open for counters. His hands are down low. Moya's just got to execute. Scheduled for 4. Antonio Moya in the black and gold. Carlos Meraz in the black and red. Depending on how you scored that second round, Meraz is either very comfortably ahead or just barely ahead. He scored a 10-8 in the first with the knockdown.
Well, Meraz is definitely the more active of the two. Moya's just hanging in there. He's keeping his hands up, but he's not throwing any punches. Meraz is the more active fighter. I've got him ahead in the fight. Moya's just so tentative. He's just not opening up. He's got to open up. Ooh,
see what the body shots are responded from Meraz by Moya.
Triple body shot combination by Meraz. Oof. There he goes.
Oh, that uppercut opened up the eyes of Meraz.
Oof. There we go. Moya finally opening up a little bit. Ooh, another good shot by Meraz.
By Meraz.
He's landing clean. Ooh, another body shot.
Moya finally waking up here in the third, making a real fight out of it against Meraz.
Meraz was beating up his head the first few rounds. Now he's going to the body. Ooh, beautiful uppercuts to the body by Moya. Those the wind out of here right there. Especially the angle he was hitting. He was driving him upward. Ooh, another good right hand by Meraz.
As soon as Meraz was rocked a little bit, Moya responded with his patented right hook, got himself out of trouble. This third round's gotten very interesting.
Ooh, good right hand by Moya. Nice combination by Meraz. Moya's just not fighting at the correct range for his height. He's just not fighting at the correct range at all. He's letting Meraz just come in whenever he wants, fighting at whatever range he wants. He's letting him get in, get out. He's not using his jab. He's not using his head movement. He's not using his footwork. He's just standing right. Good movement there by Moya. Good right hand. But Meraz is definitely leading the race here. He's definitely the one initiating the fight. Moya's coming forward, but he's not doing much of anything else. Off the shoulder. Oof, good left hand.
And that's the round, a much more competitive round for Antonio Moya.
Best round of the fight.
What was the difference in that round? Was it Meraz slowing down his offense, or was Moya making the proper adjustments?
Moya's making better adjustments. He's firing back. He's moving his body, countering off of off of Meraz's combinations. He's firing and he's going to the body very effectively.
Meraz has to be thinking, I thought I had this kid dead to rights in the first, and now it is making a fight in the third. What is going through the mind of Meraz right now?
Oh, Meraz should just keep doing what he's doing, being aggressive, continuing to go to the body, throwing combination. He's winning the fight. In my opinion, he still won that last round. You know, he's being the more active, aggressive fighter, and he's just got to keep doing what he's doing. He's got to be careful not to get caught with something big. He's putting all this work. The last thing he wants to do is get caught and knocked out.
Fourth and final round between Antonio Moya in the black and gold, Carlos Meraz in the black and red.
Meraz can't get overly aggressive. We saw what happened with Trey Spray earlier. He got caught and knocked out after winning the first two and a half rounds of the fight. Ooh, beautiful technique right there by Moya. Ooh, nice angle by Meraz. Got out of the way very nicely. Just been unable to hurt Meraz at all. He's been in there, he's been keeping his hands up. He's going to the body beautifully. He's throwing a very nice right uppercut, not only to the body, but to the head. But he's just not throwing enough punches. There he goes. He likes to fight inside the phone booth, does Moya. Here's the range he likes to fight at. He shouldn't like to fight here, but it is what it is.
Shook just for a second. Recovered quickly though.
He got caught coming in. That's the problem. Meraz has got great power and Moya stepped into that one. Didn't see it coming. That's what hurt him. Ooh, good right hook. Moya just got out of the way. Ducked right underneath it. Ooh, good right hand by Moya again. Moya coming on late in the fight. Ooh, beautiful left hook. Meraz is hanging in there. There's no doubt about it. But Moya's landing the cleaner, effective shots in this particular round. I still got Meraz ahead. Another good right hand to the body.
It's just so hard to get power with those body shots.
Oh yeah, but Meraz is, Moya's doing a good job of using his legs, his torso, everything. Look at that beautiful right uppercut. He's got a beautiful right uppercut. He's landing it flush. He turns his whole hip, turns his foot, turns everything. Turns his shoulder and digs. Watch, he'll throw it again from here. He'll clinch up and throw it again. He breaks free, throws a nice uppercut. That's the game. He's throwing it a little bit off to Meraz. There it is again. He throws it a little bit off to Meraz's left side of his body. middle. He's got to hit the sternum. If he can go with the left hook to the liver, that can also draw Meraz as well. Ooh, another beautiful right hand to the body. Moya winning this round with 3 effective body shots.
Moya turning it on here late in the fourth.
Moya finally waking up from his 3-round nap.
4 rounds of boxing will go to the judges' scorecards. Antonio Moya making a fight of it, but early and often it was Carlos Meraz and his trademark right hook.
The first 2 rounds were all Meraz. The 3rd round was closer, but I gave it slightly to Meraz. The 4th round went to Moya. But Moya definitely started to get stronger as the fight went on. Halfway through the 2nd round, and halfway through the 3rd round and the 4th round. But it wasn't enough. I think Meraz won 3 rounds to 1. To 1.
Scores about 38-37. Judge John McCarthy and Gene LaBelle scored about 39-36. Your winner by unanimous decision, Carlos Brown Sugar Meraz.
No question here, Carlos Meraz started early. Moya was never able to make the full adjustments to be able to take over. He adjusted and made it a fight, but really had no answer for Meraz's quickness, head movement, and that trademark right hook.
I was really impressed with Meraz's conditioning because he was throwing some really hard shots, and he really didn't seem to fade throughout the fight. He still kept the power going. Moya did come on strong at the end, but it wasn't because Meraz was gassing. It was just because Moya started actually throwing punches in the 3rd and 4th rounds. That's it. But Meraz did a great job. He was in great shape, and he really did a wonderful job with the right hand against Moya. Moya, to his credit though, was throwing some vicious right uppercuts to the body of Meraz, and I love to see some rib roasting.
And that's one happy man turning 1-0 as a professional fighter.